for her to finish up school. We were seniors now, and since after graduation they would be moving to Alaska, he was having to spend a lot more time up north training. That was good news for me, because I got more time with my friend. Come to think of it, I'd always gotten along with girls best. Sure, I had my brothers and loved living in the doghouse with them, but the ones I confided in the most had always been girls, and right now, that was Karis. Pete walked into the room we shared. He'd been staying out a lot later lately. I knew something was up with him, but he wasn't the type to share personal stuff until he was ready. I knew better than to even try to push him. It only made him more reclusive every single time. Pete, Brian, and I had been roommates and friends since freshman year, too. I was closer to them than my real biological brother. We didn't always get along. Brian and I especially fought often. Pete was more like the Switzerland of our trio. Still, I would give my life to help either of them, and they knew it. "What you got there?" Pete asked. I sighed and held up the tickets. I thought I'd surprise Karis with that movie she's been wanting to see tomorrow night, but Damon returned. "Sorry, man. Is that the chick flick she's been talking about?" "Yeah. I think that's the one Brian and Amber are looking to go to tomorrow. She has a friend in town visiting, and he asked me to double with them. I can't. You should go. I mean, you already have the tickets, even." I frowned. How come he didn't ask me to go? Probably because Damon was supposed to be out of town and you sort of get lost spending all your time with Karis when that happens. He's still convinced you're pining for her. I snorted. "I'm not." "I know that's what you say." "Pete, I'm not. I love Karis. She's like my best friend, but it's nothing like that." "You're telling me she's not the girl who got away? Or more like was taken away?" I laughed. "No, she's not. Look, she's more like a sister to me than anything." "So you've told us before." "Okay, man, there's no judgment here." I shook my head. I kissed her when we were dating, and even before Damon showed up, I knew we were just friends. There was nothing, and I mean nothing, there. Our wolves hate each other. So seriously, she really is more like the little sister I never had, and I'm not pining over her. I just enjoy irritating Rossi. Pete chuckled. "Okay, now that I believe." Brian walked in and looked at the two of us. "Don't you guys have anything better to do on Friday night?" "Nope," I said. "Damon came back early," Pete explained. I groaned. "You need help." "Yeah, sure, we need help. You hearing this, Pete?" Brian teased. They both got a good laugh at my expense. I hadn't planned to go out tonight with Karis or anyone else, despite what they thought. The whole party scene had been weighing on me for a while now. It was getting old and felt like a chore dressing up and smiling every weekend. I was sure my funk had more to do with the fact that I was in my final semester of my senior year and had absolutely no idea what I was going to do with my life once that diploma was in my hands. I suppose I would go home to New York City and find a job in the financial district with the humans or something. That had always been my plan, but as the days went by, I realized I was struggling to submit to a life in the city surrounded by tall buildings, sidewalks, unbearable traffic, and humans. We had space to run in Central Park, but it wasn't always the safest choice. With each passing year, there seemed to be more people around. The tourists were the worst. I'd gotten spoiled at the Ark. We had woods to run in and open spaces where we didn't have to hide who we were. Growing up in the city, I had never had that before, but now I was struggling to go back to living that lie and hiding from everyone I cared about. The pack there was large and held plenty of opportunities for pack community, but it was a big city and easy to get lost in. I could feel the walls shrinking in around me just thinking about it. I realized that while I was heading for my dark place of worries and concerns, Pete and Brian were still talking, and now they were staring at me. Waiting. What?" Brian shook his head and smirked. I knew they must have still been talking about Karis. "I said, if Pete can't go tomorrow, would you want a double date with me and Amber?" I looked down at the tickets. "Love Life at 7? That's oddly specific." I held up the tickets. Was going to surprise Karis because I know Damon hates being dragged to chick flicks and she's been wanting to see it. "And she ditched you when her mate returned early to surprise her?"